and welcome to another episode of the Whitest Mexican You Know podcast. I am your host, Antonio, aka the Whitest Mexican You Know. Every episode, I try to have some of the best local Las Vegas comedians on here. Today's no different. Please give it up for my man, Ed Nigma.
What's up, man? Thanks.
What's up, brother?
Thanks for having me, bro.
Of course. We went and got menudo. We needed it after last night.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
man,
I'm gonna need it.
Yeah, this
all
fucking
day.
comedy shit, dude. You can get lost in drinking too much. I think I had at least a 12-pack to myself yesterday.
At least.
Yeah.
I started my day getting that all-you-can-drink at LA Comedy.
Oh, that's
And
dangerous.
it's $10 for comics.
I know.
You know?
And I always use that as a challenge. I'm like,
right?
it's like $10. All right, so I need at least 3 beers, and then I'm starting to get my money's worth.
Right.
But it never
exactly.
stops at 3.
No, it never stopped. I stopped doing the beer there. I started doing the just gin and tonic.
Mm.
A little bit of lime.
Yeah.
And it's a solo cup.
Yeah.
And it's like half gin.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
By my third one, I'm like sideways.
Yeah. It's like I'm starting to gain a bunch of weight because of all this beer that I'm drinking. And so I started to try to switch to liquor. You know,
Yeah.
I like a fucking vodka Sprite, something like that.
Yeah.
But I still drink it like I would a beer. So that by like 3 in, after like 20 minutes, I've had 3. I'm fucking hammered.
Yeah.
I can't do this.
Yeah. And then I get lost in the parking garage.
Yeah. At the Strat.
I got lost in the parking garage at the El Cortez. I was in like some random Comanche, some off-branded garage. It looked exactly the same.
That's hilarious. I fucking one of my buddies came down here and he had his Harley, and so he took this road trip like from Texas, and he came out here to visit me. He went off gambling one day, and he fucking calls me in a panic. He was like, "I think somebody stole my bike and this, that," and he's freaking the fuck out. He was like, "I called the cops and all this shit." Turns out he was just like a floor down, and his bike was just on the floor above him. And, like, the cops were there. They're all trying to find it, and they go, "Is that your bike? Right there?" And he's like, "Fuck."
Oh, shit.
It's like, you're an idiot.
Oh my god. Way to use Metro's time.
Right. And they're trying to solve fucking murders around here, and they're looking for your dumbass bike.
Right.
You're an idiot.
I lost my Harley. Well, yeah, I lost my kid. Can you help me
Yeah,
find him?
right. I'm sorry, Junior's gonna have to wait because Jackass lost his bike. Oh man, it was wild. Fucking first time in Vegas. He has to call the cops.
That is fucking awesome.
Oh no, that was great earlier when we were leaving the menudo place. Those 2 Asian ladies just wanted to find a market, and you sent them in the complete wrong direction.
Oh yeah, bro. They said Korean market. I looked, and I'm like, well, I can't send them to the Mexican market. And with a straight ass face, dude, I was confident as fuck. I've been here 2 years, and it's like, oh yeah, I know exactly where the fuck I am. You're like, actually, bro, you're facing north.
Yeah.
Oh,
shit.
shit.
It was as soon as you sent them. I watched you give them wrong directions. You sent them off, and they even stopped for a second. And I was like, I'm not going to tell him yet because he could go stop them, and I don't want that to happen.
And they asked me like 2 times in straight face, just straight laced. I was like,
So
yeah,
confident.
100%. It's just like I killed them with my confidence, bro. Now they're in Sloan.
You're like,
Probably
just
on the-
go straight down there, just right down there. And I'm like, no, it's actually that way. Complete opposite direction.
I Googled it. Yep. Yeah, exactly opposite.
Oh, they're gonna end up in Arizona. Like, where the fuck are we?
Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait to hear that on the news. Asian ladies get lost looking for Korean market.
That's another use of Metro's time. They start calling the cops. I don't know where I am. This little spick fucking told me to go this way. Oh man.
Oh, shit.
God damn it.
Korean ladies are mad racist. Bro.
Oh, they are.
They
for
are
sure.
mad racist. Mad racist.
A lot of Asian people are fucking racist as shit.
Yeah, growing up in the Bay Area, you find out. Yeah,
Mhm.
pockets.
Mhm.
They'll accept Mexicans sometimes if they're like on that spectrum of Filipino.
Oh,
Yeah, where they're like,
you know those Asian Mexicans?
yeah, they speak half Spanish.
Yeah.
You know,
They
but
got fucking last names like Gomez.
yeah, Evangelista. You're like, oh, okay, you were settled by the Spanish. That's cool.
Hey, they rape my people too.
Right?
Oh man. That's fucking great. And that's the thing. It's like people always think, oh, white people are so racist. It's like fucking everybody's racist, dude.
Everybody.
You hang out with fucking old school people from any race, they're fucking racist.
Oh yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah. I mean, fuck, dude. You really get deep into it and you think about it. Like literally everybody is, proud of their roots, but at the same time, they're also mad racist.
Yeah.
And then everybody gives Americans, original like white people, the fucking colonials. They give them shit for all the, slavery. It was like 2% of black slaves came to America. The rest went to Brazil.
Yeah. It's like, I mean, even then, like all the fucking like the Nazis went to like Argentina and shit.
Yeah.
It's like, what do you think is happening over there?
Yeah, exactly.
They didn't just stop being Nazis.
Right. Like growing up, because my mom's Brazilian. So growing up, it was like, my mom was like, oh yeah, there's a ton of Japanese and there's a ton of German people in Brazil. Like, you got to see it. It's the whole thing. They speak Portuguese and everything. They live there. And I'm like, now that I'm older and I understand how the world is working, I realized those are Nazis.
Yeah. Yeah. Like you find some little brown boy with fucking the last name Himmler.
Wait a minute. Hold on a second. Oh, fuck.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
So fucking comedy, man.
Dude, fucking comedy.
How long you been doing comedy?
7 months.
7 months.
Yeah.
No shit.
Yeah. Sweet spot, right between 6 and 8.
Yeah.
I've been saying 8, but
yeah, just about.
It's just about. Yeah.
It's not bad, man. That's fucking. Yeah, that's not bad for what you've been doing. Like seeing you on stage, it's not bad for fucking almost 8 months.
Oh, thank you.
I was fucking terrible in my first 8 months. Still terrible, but
oh, trust me, I sucked ass for so long, and I had other people telling me that had been in comedy forever. Why are you doing this? You're not funny. You're never gonna be shit.
Jesus.
And I'm just like, well, fuck you, number one. You've been doing this for how long, and I've never heard you tell a single joke.
Yeah.
So fuck you.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I sucked so bad, and I think that's probably why I'm still doing it.
Yeah.
It's just because I sucked so hard and I can't accept that I sucked at it.
No.
And that I suck at it now.
Like, you have that complex.
Yeah, it's got to get better.
Yeah.
It's got to get better.
I've seen people, or I even started with some people that don't do it anymore, but were like really good off the bat or hit like their first couple mics. Like they just like it was kind of a fluke, but they did really well.
Yeah.
And so they had this fucking confidence or whatever. And then they hit one bad mic and bombed horribly and never did it again. And it's like, I think you have to start out bombing, because if you think you're good right off the bat, that first bomb is going to tear you to pieces.
Yeah.
But
I'm glad when I started, the first time I went up at Wise Guys on that Wednesday list.
Okay.
Open mic. I spent 3 days writing my shit, rewriting it, rewriting it, practicing it like a dork, right?
Yeah.
And I only had 3 people that I knew in the crowd. And I got decent laughs.
Okay.
And so that was like, okay, let's go a second time.
Yeah.
And that second time sucked so hard.
Mm-hmm.
And there were so many people who didn't talk to me for like 3 months. People here wouldn't fuck with me because I was so shitty. And I didn't know that at the time, I didn't know. Practice your shit. You know, keep doing the same jokes. I thought I had to come with new shit every week.
Oh no.
And then I'd get up there and forget all the new shit.
Yeah.
So it was like off the cuff shit.
Yeah. It's like you've written an hour's worth of material and it all sucks.
Yeah, it all sucks, bro. All of it. I've scrapped 99% of it.
Mm-hmm.
There's only like a couple of like tags that I've grabbed from there that I'll hit on other things because now I understand how to write.
Yeah.
So now it's just like, okay, write something, practice. I try to write each week, but I don't do new shit each week.
No, you can't.
That's how I was sucking.
Yeah. So, I mean, if you sucked so bad, what is one of your favorite, or I guess not favorite, but most memorable bomb stories?
Dude, so I was at Wise Guys on a Tuesday night.
Mm-hmm.
I went up right after JC, or right before JC gets.
Yeah.
Okay. So off of my name and off of some of my shit, he got some really good callbacks from that. And, but I went up and I could see part of the crowd, like just before that, like veil of the lights, I could see a couple of people, and there was just this dude just staring at me, just like,
yeah.
And I would try to look away from him, but the guy was just nothing, not giving me shit.
Yeah.
And it just got into my head, and I forgot all my shit. So I turned around and I said, I just forgot all my shit. I probably shouldn't have smoked before I got here. That was another thing I was doing. I was smoking a lot, a fuck ton of weed before. And so I would get in these holes, and I was just like, I forgot all my shit, so we're just going to sit here for the rest of my time.
No shit.
And I literally stood there on stage just staring at that guy, back at him, like staring back at him. I'm like, oh yeah, we're riding this train all the way out, bro. Like, you and me.
That's fucked.
It's just one fucked up train, and you and I are on it right now.
That is the worst. I've had shows where I've done like really well, but then there was one person that just didn't like me and was just, like you said, just staring at me. And even though like the other 30 people in the room are having a great time, that one person is all I can focus on.
Right.
And I'm just like, and I'm trying everything. I'm like, this one's going to get her.
Right.
Nothing, motherfucker.
Right.
And it's like, you just get aggressive at that point.
You get aggressive and you walk off stage and you're like, what the fuck is that motherfucker even here?
Yeah.
You paid fucking money to come here and stare at my ass.
Yeah.
I'm just some fat fucking Vegas. Just go home, motherfucker. Like,
yeah, it's like, why waste your time if you're not going to give me anything? Like, right. Time and money just to fucking look at my ugly ass. Right. What are you doing?
What are you doing, man? What do you do with your money? Give me that money to go away, and I'll go away gladly.
Yeah. It's like, I can deal with a bomb where it's like nobody's paying attention, you know?
Yeah.
Like at these bar shows, if people are talking and stuff, I can deal with that. All right.
Like Noreen's, where 90% of everybody is talking.
Yeah. But it's like those times when everybody's paying attention, because I've had that too, where it's like a complete bomb, nobody's laughing, but they're all paying attention. That hits that's a different type of bomb. It's like, it gets under your skin. You're like, stop looking at me now.
Oh yeah, yeah. Square bar is like that because it's late night. You know, it's midnight, Mike. Essentially, you know, it starts at 11. By the time you get up, it's close to midnight.
Yeah.
And everybody's already been tickled and put to bed from fucking burlesque now. So it's like they're ready to go home. Yeah. You know, and half of them walk during your shit. So you think you're walking them, but they're just going home because they got work on Monday. Yeah. You know. When
I was in Arizona, I was at a JP's Comedy Club. Yeah. Fucking great club. And the owner is dope. Jim Perry. I love the guy. And I went there for the first night I was in Arizona. I went there for their open mic. They had a showcase before the mic. Fucking packed house for the showcase. And then the open mic starts, and the people sit there for the first two comics. And then the third comic gets up there, starts his shit. The entire room just got up and started filing out. And I was like, it's one of those where you're uncomfortable in your own skin. And you're like, oh my God. Because it was like in unison almost. They all just stood up and started filing out. And I was like, oh my God. And the dude tried to roll with it. And he just like stopped at one point. He goes, have a great night, everybody. I'm glad you enjoyed the show. Like, he's just talking to every individual person. I'm like, oh, that is rough. Dude. I was so glad I was like last on that list.
Ah, man, yeah, because then you're used to the room already being empty, right? And at that point, and it's like that here in Vegas, which people don't realize when you do comedy outside of Vegas, how like unwelcome people are, or unwelcoming people are to open micers, you know? Oh, yeah. And it's almost a product of the way they set it up. So it's like some spots, they'll be like, oh, come check out our feature. We got an open mic, but we got a couple features. Yeah. And then a headliner, right? Yeah. And it's in the show. Other people put the headliner first, so everybody comes for the headliner. And then they leave the open mic. And it's like, no, put the open mic up first. Yeah. Then put the headliner on. Make him earn that earn that paycheck, right? Because the rest of us are trying to get laughs, bro. The rest of us are trying to get that serotonin. You know?
But most headliners wouldn't show up if that was the case.
Oh, if that was like 100%, especially here in Vegas.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of egos.
Fuck. Jesus.
Yeah.
And even egos with open micers that shouldn't have the fucking ego.
I won't name names.
Let's just start burning it down, Ed.
Raid Zone.
Well, dude, he's the one guy, like, I'm supportive of everybody. You
Right.
know, it's like, if you're doing comedy, I want you to get better.
Right.
He's the only guy that he's been doing it, probably 10 years at this point?
Oh, longer than that.
Longer than that?
Dude's been doing comedy probably since the 90s.
Dude, and he would be the only one that I go, maybe just do something else.
Yeah.
Go feed birds. I don't know. He
Right.
dresses like he would feed birds. All right, we shouldn't pick on the guy.
He dresses like a drag seamstress that feeds birds. That's what it is.
It's like that old lady from Home Alone. That's what he looks like.
Yes, he does. Oh yeah, yeah. He could have been at Home Alone.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah.
Poor guy. I mean, he can't defend himself, so we'll stop roasting.
Okay, we'll stop roasting. We'll stop roasting Raid Zone for now.
But if you haven't seen the video, I might link it in the description of this
Please
video.
link it.
Where he fucking got kicked in the chest. And this is way before I did comedy.
By an equally shitty open micer.
It's fucking fantastic. I heard of it. Like, I was listening to, what is it? The Bonfire. Have you ever heard that? It's on Sirius XM. It's Big J Okerson and Dan Soder.
I've heard of it. I haven't heard it yet.
I listened to one of them just randomly. They released shit on YouTube, and so I was listening to it, and they watched that video of Raid Zone getting kicked in the chest, and I was like, "Oh, they got so famous. Like, that's what he's known for.
Oh yeah,
is getting kicked."
Well, that and all of the Vegas meme pages repost that shit every 6 to 8 months. It's just like, hey, look at this. Look what happened. It's like it's new news. It's like, bro, I've seen this like 1,000 times, but it never gets old.
It's like 10 years ago.
It never gets old. He's just on his back. His papers go flying. It's this whole thing. Like, in itself, the two of them could probably sell that shit.
Yeah, right.
You know, like if they would have gotten in on it.
It's like that's a whole act. It's like you just put Raid Zone up first, let him do terrible comedy, get off, and then you go up, and in the middle of your set, he rushes the stage, and you kick him.
Kick him.
Fucking make bank.
You just kick him. He cries out. He can't cry out mommy anymore because I don't think she's alive. So he screams out, call an ambulance.
The most fucked up thing about that video is, and you kind of felt bad for Raid Zone because he was like, you're being mean to me.
Right.
He yells that out at one point, and I'm like, oh.
Right. The fucking Tino's just absolute confidence with that one. Just 300 kicks the guy. Did he have the guitar in his hand at the time?
I don't think so.
No. And he's laying on the floor. He's like, you asked for it.
Yeah.
You got into this one random lady in the background. Just like, oh my God.
Yeah. God damn it.
Love that video.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite things. It's like, how come that doesn't happen more? You know?
Right? I feel like that's better than the "you kicked my dog" like
No,
that like, thing that was passed around in the early 2000s.
I
Like,
remember
you kicked my dog, motherfucker! You kicked my dog. And that's not as funny as Raid Zone getting drop kicked in the chest, bro.
Oh man. And it's like people get assaulted and shit, but it never happens like in a funny way on stage. Like, no it's just sad. It's like some dude just gets beat up in the parking lot. Like, ooh.
Yeah, you see them 2 weeks later, they're on Facebook and they're just like, hey, look at me, I'm all fucked up. Fucking half their face is gone.
Yeah, fuck. But one of my favorite bomb stories, I haven't told it in a while on the show, but I was at Urban Lounge, Tabloid's place. And everybody was bombing that night. There was an audience, but everybody was doing terrible. All right. I go up there and, trying to get laughs and nothing. I'm getting nothing out of anybody. And then one dude, he's in the back of the bar. And I hit a punchline and nothing. And he just goes, hey, fuck him. And I was like, what? He goes, fuck him. Keep going. It's like, all right. And I hit another punchline and nothing. And he just goes, fuck him. And he just kept doing that after every fucking punchline. And I'm just like, oh my God, like it's tearing me up.
Yeah.
And then finally I hit another punchline and he doesn't say anything. And I go, fuck him. And then that's what got the crowd, because they were waiting for it. At this point, it was just me and him with the fucking comedy duo.
Yeah.
But it was like, it went from one of my worst bombs to like the best applause, like the best turnaround I've ever had. Because by the end of it, it was just me and him, and we got the crowd on our side.
Fuck,
it was awesome.
And that's all it is, man. That's all it is trying to find that. Like, I don't know. You got to power through it, right? You
Mm.
just got to find that confidence to power through, no
Mhm.
matter how shitty you are, how shitty you're doing at that moment.
Yeah.
Because you could have good material, you're just not delivering it well. Your day's off. You're fucking too high. You fucking didn't do enough coke in the bathroom before your set. Like whatever the fuck it is.
Or you did too much and you're John.
Or like me the last time, like, oh, my shit's numb, and I'm like sitting there. I'm like, oh fuck, I'm doing the fucking crackhead face.
Fucking twitching while you're on stage. Fucking, hey, what are we doing? How much time do I have? Nah, fuck this.
fuck. I'm gonna go build a house. But yeah, no, like bombing is also it's so mental, 100%. Because you know, I did a mic that the sound wasn't that great and the bar is so long and you're at one end of the bar by the door, right? That's a really nice stage, really great for music because you're gonna pump that shit out, but your voice can only carry for so loud, right? And there's no speakers in the back, so there's hella people. I got one guy in the back, and I get off stage. I thought I couldn't even get the guys that were close enough to hear me to really respond, right? And I was doing crowd work, and I thought I was doing good crowd work, but they were just like, some people, they're like, man, why the fuck are you here right now? I came to drink. I've been working all day. Like, shut the fuck up. Go
I don't care about your dreams.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
No one cares about you, you know, fucking flying spirit, you fucking fat nerd. Get off the stage. Shut the fuck up. And I get off the stage, and it's like I was supposed to have gone later in the lineup, but I went up more because I guess people called off or whatever. And one dude was watching the whole thing, listening to the whole thing. You're better than 90% of the fucking people we've seen here. I'm like, dude, I suck, but thank you. I appreciate you. And then it keeps it, you know, it keeps it going. You thought you bombed. But that one guy.
Yeah, that's all you need is one.
You just need one. You just need one fan. And they riz you up and you're just like, here we go. Here we go.
I mean, I remember I did a show at Pizza Melody. They used to have a mic over there. And it would be the open mic, and then they would pepper in karaoke, like in between, you know, like 2-3 comics. They would have somebody come up and do a couple songs or whatever for karaoke. And it was only 2 comedians who showed up, me and J-Dab. We were the only 2 comics who showed up for that list. And then only 2 people showed up for karaoke. And so the hosts, they were just like, all right, we'll just put you 2 guys up and then let these guys do karaoke afterwards, I guess. And I was like, well, how much time should I do? He goes, you just fucking go until you're done, dude. He goes, there's nobody else here. Like, just go. And so I'm up there. I'm doing like, I did like 20 minutes. You know, it's like the only time I did 20 minutes because nobody else is here. I'm talking to the 2 dudes who are just waiting for karaoke. I put on a whole fucking, you know, almost 30-minute special for these guys. And it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be because they were listening. You know, they're eating pizza and they're like, yeah. And then they're with me the whole time. And I'm like, fuck. I was like, all right, I'm sticking around to hear you sing a song at least.
And they're just like, let's laugh them off the stage so we can get back up there and fucking, you know, sing Nickelback. Great.
But that was wild. It's like you're just performing to 2 people. Like, that's it. And then there's nobody else in that place.
I fucking feel like that's most mics out here these days. Like,
but at least
Carl and Martins.
But at least it's like filled up with other comics. Like this was just 2 dudes.
Oh Jesus.
And I was like, I was just like, at one point I was like, I don't even know why I have a mic for. I should just sit at the table with you and talk to you.
Right?
It's like, what am I doing?
Like, the mic is not doing it.
The mic just talk to you, dude.
This is purely for Facebook at this point.
What's your name? Gary? Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
It's fucking wild, man.
Yeah, man.
This comedy shit, it blows my mind every week that I do this. It's like, because some weeks you can ride a high, you're like, oh, I'm hitting something, I'm getting somewhere. And then other times you just come home and you're like, am I even going to do this ever again?
Yeah.
It's like you just get down.
Yeah. And for me, there's places where I have to do this mic because I haven't done comedy in a week, right? And it's like, okay, I haven't done anything comedy related in a week. I got to get up there. I've written some shit. I want to try it out because that's where you try them, is these fucking shitty mics. And there's like 3 people that are looking at you but not listening. And there's like 40 people, all comics, talking in the back, and you can hear them louder than you can hear yourself. And when that happens, then you're fucked. You know, but
that's how it was in Austin. When I went to Austin, one of the first times, Went to a mic. There's fucking 60 people on the list. I was like, fuck, that's a huge list. And then I told the dude I was from Vegas, and he was like, all right, I put you up early. I was like, thank you.
Yeah.
And then I go up there, and because all 60 of these fucking comics are in the back talking, I could barely hear myself over the fucking speakers. That's how loud they were. And then there was a couple sitting like at the bar, and they were listening to me. But it's like, my girlfriend is fucking 10 feet away from me. She could barely hear me. I was like, that's how fucking loud they were. Fuck. And it's like, I don't expect you, like any of us, any comic, to listen to a whole open mic, but at least fucking go outside. Do something. Give it a little bit of respect. I try to do that.
I think it's because comics all try to talk over each other.
Yeah, nobody ever listens to each other. No. Even when you're talking, like looking at him in the eyes, he's not listening.
Or there's like two concurrent. There's like 4 people standing there, but there's like 2 or 3 different conversations that are going on at that exact moment.
Yeah,
you know,
fucking egomaniacs. Like,
goddamn,
I just want
narcissists.
It's fucking crazy.
Yeah, dude. Just fuck. Yeah. To be honest with you, there's a lot of days, like I said, it's like, oh, that mic. Fuck.
Yeah.
You know, you're like, shit. And then something changes about that mic.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's either you force yourself to go, which I've been doing, force myself even if I don't have anything prepared, or especially those mics. I try not to even think about comedy until they say my name.
Mm.
I try to not think about shit because I already know that I don't want to fucking be there to tell jokes.
Yeah.
Just don't want to. I don't even want to be in the building at that point, at that specific mic. And I've forced myself to be there like the gym.
Yeah.
And so it's like, I'm going to stick with my comfort zone. And then you go up and something changes one night.
Yeah.
And that becomes your new spot.
Yeah.
And then another one of your spots implodes.
Yeah.
And so you're like, fuck, now I hate that mic.
Yeah.
And so it's just go. Just fucking just go.
Yeah.
Because so what, you're shitty. Truth is, so is everybody else.
Yeah, there's the point of it. It's like, we're all terrible, but we're all just trying to get better.
Right. I don't see anybody's name on fucking Laugh Factory that's here. So fuck all of you.
Yeah.
I don't care if you like my jokes or not.
Yeah, exactly.
I like my jokes.
Yeah.
And a true narcissist likes their own shit.
Yeah. And that's the thing. It's like with a lot of these mics, I listen for the couple comics who like are my friends, you know. If they're listening to me, then I kind of listen out for their laughter, you know. And if I'm trying something new and then I hear like you or, you know, Ahmed or somebody laugh at it, I'm like, okay, there's something there. Even if the entire other half of the room doesn't give a shit, I'm like, there's something there. There could be something, you know. Or like if the host of the show, like you hear them laugh, you're like, okay, I got something, you know. Because it's the only few people are going to listen. Usually it's the host. Yeah. If they're a good host, they're gonna.
If they're a good host, they're listening. Yeah, especially there's a few mics where it's like you can tell the host is laughing. They have a very distinct laugh.
Yeah.
And that saves you every freaking time. And that was one of the main things that kept me going to Ocha was that all three of the previous hosts at the time that I started going, all 3 of them when they were there sat right next to you.
Yeah.
And interacted with you.
Yeah.
And it kind of saves you from a mic. You're not going to have that in a real life situation. But it prepares you for the fact that somebody's going to heckle you.
Yeah.
It prepares you for the fact that somebody's going to be fucking that close, not liking your shit or liking your shit. And, then you can work with the crowd.
Yeah.
So it does help.
And a lot of people got mad when Ty Rivera was hosting that and he would interrupt. Like if you were bombing and he would just interrupt and start talking to you.
Yeah.
And a lot of people got really pissed off at that. But I had, he in a sense helped me turn a terrible bomb into finishing strong. And then also like thinking of a new way to approach a bit or something like that. You know what I mean?
Right.
And it's just because you have some interaction.
Right.
That's why I like some of these like fun day mics. You know, if you start to bomb up there and you can just ask Ian a question, I don't mind that. It's actually it's a little savior.
It is.
His questions are fucking terrible, but it's like you could get something out of it.
Right. But it's a good thing too, because it gets you out of that comfort zone where you're like, okay, now if I'm bombing, maybe I should get the crowd back on my side. Let me start talking to people.
Yeah.
Let me just switch this up real quick. Let's take a break from my shit and let's chat. And you can bring them back. They're good exercises. They're really good tools for us to use, right? And as comics, I feel like a lot of people as a comic want to be so validated in the fact that they put together something that it has to be perfect first run.
Yeah.
And it's like, you have no idea how many people wrote the Declaration of fucking Independence, and it's still a piece of shit. And the Constitution and all that shit. Like, it's still a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Right? But so many people came together to write it, not just one person.
Yeah.
So, and that's throughout history. So, like, if you can get out of that mindset and just be like, yo, okay, what do you have to say? This motherfucker's running a mic.
Yeah.
Shut your mouth and learn.
Yeah.
That's what we're here for, right?
Yeah.
Shut your mouth and learn.
Yeah.
I loved when he would interrupt, because there were a couple of times where I would bomb and I was just like, okay, just shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
And then everybody's laughing because you told the host to shut the fuck up. Yeah. He starts laughing, right? And he goes, okay, but if you do it again, I'm going to be right up your ass again. And I'm like, yeah, you'd like to be up my juicy ass, wouldn't you? And so then, boom, you're in it, right? You're in the pocket. You're back in the pocket at that point.
Yeah. And like you said, it's exactly like, if you were at a regular show and somebody heckles you, like, you have to be quick to come back at them and be, 100%. In a sense, confident that you're going to make everybody laugh in destroying this guy.
Right.
Because I've seen Evan. I love Evan.
Yeah.
But I saw one of the first times that he ever had to deal with a heckler, and it completely destroyed him. Like, he was up there and he was doing okay or whatever, and then somebody yelled something out. He tried to go back and forth with them, didn't really go anywhere, and then the rest of his set was kind of like, you could see his energy level drop, and then it was just stale the rest of the time. And he got off and he came right up to me, and I was like, "That was rough, man."
Yeah,
it's like you have to be comfortable in dealing with that, because if you're not and you make it awkward, or it just doesn't go anywhere, then the rest of it,
you're timid.
Yeah.
So for me, it was like, every time it's happened, I've been mad baked.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting here and I'm analyzing and overanalyzing and paranoid. And it's like, I had this joke, right, about growing up in the Bay Area and, being like, being brown, but I wasn't black and I wasn't Asian, right? So I didn't quite, fit in. And then I grew up Catholic. So then it's like, okay, well, in the Bay Area, everybody who's Catholic is Filipino. So I had Filipino jokes because all my friends were Filipino. And then I had a couple of black friends. And we were little kids, and I was telling the story about it. And I said, oh, my black friend, this dude just starts going off on me. Yeah. But I'm so baked. I'm like, wait, did I say something racist? and like, I asked him a couple of times, and he wasn't picking on it. And I finally picked up, and I said, well, if you just shut the fuck up and let me tell the joke, you probably get what I'm saying. And it put me back. But like you said with Evan, my head was already fucked with at that point. Yeah. Because I was like, holy shit, like, am I racist? Am I racist? A little bit, but not, not like that.
Yeah, we all are.
Not like that where I'm going to be, like in front of a bunch of people and just be like, hey, you people, I'm not that guy.
Yeah.
Right. There's another comic in town I'm not. That's not me. I like my life. Yeah. I don't walk around with a bunch of AKs in my back pocket. So
I love. I was at a writing session with a few comics, and Ahmed was there. We're all talking, and like a couple black comics, and we're all whatever, telling stories, trying to work on shit. And fucking Ahmed so casually, he goes, "Yeah, I was the only Muslim in this trailer park." And he goes, and nobody liked me. There was a black family, and they all loved them for some reason. And I was like, whoa. And then the two black comics were like, what the fuck? And he goes, no, I didn't mean it like that. And I was like, that was so casually racist as shit.
But true at the same time, so you can't really be that bad.
It was so fucking funny. And I was like, dude, you got to use that. Like, that's an on-stage type of thing.
100%. He needs that tag.
Yeah, it was so fucking great. I love casual racism. Like where you don't really mean to do
innocent,
it. Yeah,
innocent racism, it's just kind of like, well, I'm just calling a spade at this point. Like, I'm just stating the obvious. My bad.
Whoops.
No, I saw another comic last night. She said something that was, slightly racist, but it was just a fact. And somebody goes, everybody goes, oh, in the crowd. And she's like, no, fuck off. And everybody started laughing. It's just like, just fuck off. And it was like, okay, that's great. Like that's how you save yourself from a fuck up. Right?
Yeah.
Like,
in a sense, like people are just, they sometimes don't even hear the context of anything. They hear a word and it sets them off.
Yeah.
Even people in like who are doing, even comics do this shit, which pisses me off. because I was on stage at, I think it was like Noreen's or something. And I'm talking, something, and I say spick. And I just casually, and then the fucking, the host and the fucking producers of the show, because fucking Ian has a mic, and he groans into the microphone. I'm like, motherfucker, it's like, am I not allowed to say fucking spick? I've been called a spick before. Like, fuck off.
I mean, exactly. Like, fuck off. Like
she had the right idea. Like,
fuck yourself. Like, this is my jokes, my time. It's about me. I just self-deprecate it right now. You're gonna have a problem with the word I used against myself.
Yeah.
Yo, hey, 6'8". Yeah. Use the N word about himself, about his homies, about everybody. Yeah. Nobody ever goes, oh. Yeah. I've heard Mark Johnson drop the hard R. He dropped the hard R on me. Mm-hmm. And no one says, it's like, where's our pass? Like, why can't we, you know what I mean? Like,
I should be able to say fucking, any racial slur that has to do with me.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Yeah. Where's my pass? Yeah. Latinos get a lot of shit and it's hard because as Latinos, I'm not going to just pop off and call people beaner, spick, wetback, right? Because I'm not Mexican. Mm. I mean, we've got Mexican people in my family, but my roots are not in Mexico. Mm-hmm. And it's like, what racial slurs are for Brazilian people?
You're right, yeah.
I mean, what do you got? Because I need them.
Yeah, they just anything south of the U.S. border, it's all the same racial slurs.
It's all the same thing. Yeah. It's like, but I can't say them because then I'm the racist. But that's what everybody calls me.
Yeah.
So there's this weird line that I sit on, and I don't fuck with it because it's just, for me as a comic, it makes me try harder with other shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because
because it can be a crutch. I mean, and I've heard black comedians talk about this, that just dropping the fucking N-word all the time. It's like, it is kind of a crutch. It's something you're leaning on a little bit. This is why I love Tabloid. I was chilling at her mic one night, and some dude went up, and I'm just sitting next to her, listening to the show. Yeah. She leans into me at one point. She goes, "He has said that word 7 times in 3 minutes."
Yeah, she's counting.
And I was like, "Really?" And she goes, "Yeah, I don't like it." She goes, "It's just way too much." Yeah. She goes, "Fucking say it once or twice, but fucking 7 times in 3 minutes, like, that's ridiculous."
That's a lot.
Yeah.
At that point, you're kind of losing the overall even premise at that point, because everyone's focused on this word that you're saying.
Yeah.
And if she's counting as the host, people are counting.
Yeah. And that was the thing. Like, I didn't really notice it. You know what I mean? Right. It just kind of seemed like, oh yeah, this is, this is what he does.
Yeah.
This is what this guy does.
It's his thing.
But she leaned over and she was like, "I'm giving him 4 more. And I'm going to take him off stage." I'm like, damn.
You now have an 11 N-word count.
Yeah.
That's what you get. We're setting it on this mic.
Yeah.
Use it as you will.
But it's like anything else. Like, I had a crutch when I first started out that I had to really consciously break, where I would say, like, after like setting up a premise or whatever, oh, this, that, and the other, and I would say it all the fucking time. And after reviewing my videos, I was like, this is distracting. Like, you hear it.
Yeah.
You hear that and it stands out.
Yeah.
And I had to consciously break that. Like, there were a couple times where my whole joke got derailed and I forgot what I was talking about. Because as soon as I said, into the microphone, I completely shut down. I was like, motherfucker, I did it again.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah,
you're in your own head at that point.
It's wild.
Yeah, for me, it's and ah. It's like, or I will... that. Yeah. That I have to stop doing. You know what I mean? Just that.
Yeah.
Needless. It's needless.
Yeah.
Fucking. It's because I can't remember where the fuck I am in my shit right now. So I'm either gonna say,
Yeah. I gotta break the I do
Yeah, I do a lot too. Yeah. I had broken it because professionally I had to public speak, so it was like. In front of a lot of people. See, there goes the see? And there goes the But I'm
gonna do an counter on this episode.
Do a fucking counter, please. Please count the I want to know how many. It was more of pause for a second.
Yeah.
But as a comic, you can't pause for too long,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Because if you pause for too long, people get bored. They're like, this guy doesn't know his fucking shit, or his story is too drawn out. Like, shut the fuck up and tell a joke.
Yeah.
So at that point, you have to take out the uhs and the and the you knows and all
Just
that
the needless bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so you said your background was public speaking. So was it easy for you to get up on stage and be in front of people?
Yeah, because so my background so I did things a little bit differently than most comics do, and I think it was just coming from a purely political, like, not political, but like one of those places where it's like generationally you have to succeed.
Mhm.
You have to be a doctor. You have to be a lawyer because
yeah.
we fucking couldn't do it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like we had you. We
It's
raised you.
Yeah, the immigrant parents.
Right.
Like that mentality.
Yeah.
That they
Dad's
instill.
first generation born in America. My mom's an immigrant.
Yeah.
You know, so it's really hard to break that generational boundary, right?
Yeah.
And so I was the rebel of the family.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Grew up Catholic. Neither one of my parents have tattoos.
Yeah.
My dad did drugs in the fucking Marines.
Yeah.
Stopped before he met my mom, kind of thing, and been straight edge ever since. And when I say drugs, I don't mean anything big deal. It was acid, fucking weed, and my dad never did coke or any needles or anything like that. But you know, he grew up he was in the service during NAM, so it was like that era of just fucking getting fucked up to be numb, right, to the situation, burning little kids, kind of shit.
Yeah.
So I immediately went and got a job after high school.
Mm-hmm.
Like I almost didn't graduate. And I think it was just my mindset has always been to push against whoever's telling me to do shit.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Total anarchist.
Yeah.
And I told my parents, I'm just going to work. I'm good.
Yeah.
Living paycheck to paycheck. I was getting paid weekly at a retail job. I was crushing the pussy that was there. I was in a lot better shape. I was drinking like I do now.
Yeah.
But back then, when you're fucking 18, 19 years old,
you can handle it.
You're a god,
Yeah.
you know? It's just like you're a stud, you know? And you can do whatever you want. So I rode that until I got somebody pregnant. And then that's when the generational shit kicked in. Right, because you're like, oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck,
now,
oh fuck,
now
oh
it's
fuck.
provider.
Yeah,
like you're not just fucking around for yourself.
Now you got to be a man.
Yeah.
You got to force this bitch into a relationship. Yeah. Like you have to just try and give this kid a good life.
Yeah,
and I lost that after 6 months because it wasn't me, you know, and so I wasn't able to be the person that needed to be in that role.
Yeah,
I was not ready for it. I was fucking 21. My 21st birthday, my son was 3 months old.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fucked.
So I was like, holy shit, you know? So the rest of my life was just proving her family wrong. Like, fuck you, Mormons. I'm successful. Like, fuck you. I'm not just the fucking brown kid down the street. I'm fucking something. Yeah. So I got an IT like my dad had been.
Yeah, it's like you're not just a baby daddy. You're a father.
Yeah, I'm a father. I'm here for my kid. Like, I'm gonna man up.
Yeah.
And I went through to the point where he turned into a teenager, you know, and it's just the constant, this is the fucking bullshit, the back and forth. My career had grown. I had given him everything he needed. I'm basically a paycheck at this point.
Yeah.
And his mom was just like, oh, he's 13 now. So fuck you. He doesn't want to talk to you anymore. Okay, cool. I know better, but whatever, bro. Yeah. Like, go do your thing. So I had this huge reset in my life. But professionally, I stayed doing what I was doing.
Yeah.
And the reset just wasn't fucking taking, bro. Yeah. Just because it wasn't doing what I was meant to do.
Yeah.
And what I was meant to do was whatever the fuck I want to do.
Yeah.
Like, if tomorrow I decide I don't want to do comedy anymore, I'll tell everybody to fuck off and I'll be going and doing some other shit.
Yeah.
Like, when I went through the Great Reset, I'd always snowboarded. I'd always mountain biked. I'd always been into extreme shit, racing, cars and shit. So reset started during the pandemic. I said, fuck it. I bought bikes. I got out on the mountain and I started to create a channel. I did this whole thing. Got into a fucking pretty gnarly wreck and I just sat. And when I sat, mentally I got fucked.
Yeah.
And I just remember watching comedy shows.
Okay.
And it was finally like, yeah, I'll chop it up with the homies. You know, we'll be at a barbecue or whatever. I'll have people rolling, have people laughing. I can do that.
Yeah.
Professionally, I've gotten to the point now where it's like, I have to give meetings in front of board members. I have to give meetings in front of, you know, people paying the bills,
Yeah.
other vendors and shit. I got to talk to people like this all day long.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I've got to be on top of my shit. So I was like, why can't I just do that with comedy?
Yeah.
I mean, I love laughing. I love making people laugh.
Yeah.
And so fuck it, that's the new thing, right? And for me, it was just this huge fucking just shift into doing whatever the fuck I wanted.
Yeah. Yeah.
So having that like professional career making me talk to people.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, when you're in IT, you have to go to somebody's computer, and how awkward is it to stand there when the guy's not? I mean, the guy just takes your chair. You're kind of standing there and fixing your shit. You ask him questions. He doesn't say anything. Yeah. No, that's not me, bro.
Yeah.
I don't shut the fuck up.
Now just start running bits by him.
Right. Yeah. Now it's just like I'll run bits during meetings and see if it works. Like I'll write a premise down, like, you know, just stupid shit.
Yeah, you can get good at clean comedy doing that because you can't fucking drop a spick in there at a board meeting.
Exactly. No, and you know, have you ever heard have you ever heard a stranger fart before? Everybody's like, what the fuck?
So I was fucking this bitch last night.
Yeah. Like, you know, this girl, I was really giving her the business. She started queefing hard and it was just a fucking mess. Like, you can't say that shit. Right? I mean, some jobs I've had, you can say that shit.
Yeah.
But other jobs is like
restaurants. I used to work in restaurants and fucking that was the fucking, because everybody who works at a restaurant is a piece of shit. Like they're all fucking, you know, getting high. Like one of my first jobs, I was maybe I was like 15 at this point when I had this job. It was at this little fucking restaurant in the small town in Texas.
Okay.
And I'm a dishwasher there, right? And I started slowly getting into pills and shit. And the fucking head cook, it was basically like my fucking my wholesale, so that I would buy cheap from him and sell to the other people around it, like the other dishwashers or the the low level people. I was slinging them at school and shit. But it was like he's a head chef at this restaurant, and I'm buying wholesale pills from him. It's like everybody who works at a restaurant's a piece of shit.
Oh yeah. No, I learned that quickly. I had a boy that worked in restaurants. He was like, bro, you have no idea.
Dude, it's wild. And it's incestuous. Like, everybody's fucking everybody.
Oh, that's fucking
there was a waitress that I was dating for like 8 months. And she's the one who told me that she had herpes. That changed my fucking life.
Yeah, that does change your life.
I was 20 years old, and she was like 10 years older than me.
Shit.
She tells me that she has herpes one night. Just out of the blue. I guess she was feeling guilty about it, or she had a flare-up or something. Whatever.
Shit.
I freaked the fuck out. Yeah. And this is why I've never hit a woman.
Yeah.
But I could have beat her to death in this moment.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Because she looks at me and she goes, I don't know why you're freaking out so hard. She goes, none of my other boyfriends freaked out this hard. And I was like, it's been 8 fucking months. I was like, you could have told me day 1.
Right.
And let me make the decision.
Right.
I was like, but you forced me into this shit. And so I leave. And I go to one of my buddies' house, and we're sitting smoking weed. I'm telling them all of this shit. And my 2 buddies were about to move to Colorado. Like, they had planned it. They were ready to go, like, in a week. So I'm telling them all this shit, and they go, come out to Colorado with us. I was like, I can't, man. Like, I have a lease with my brother. Like, we live together. I have 2 fucking jobs that I'm working or whatever. Yeah. And he goes, tell me really why you can't go out there. I was like, my car's a piece of shit. Like, it's not going to make it. And I'm giving all these excuses. And he goes, quit your job, talk to your brother, and we'll tow your car out there on the back of the U-Haul. He goes, get a job. As soon as you get a job, start paying rent. Until then, we got you. You can sleep in the living room.
Yeah.
Quit my job, told my brother, dropped my entire life in a week, and moved out to Colorado with these guys.
Fuck yeah.
That changed my fucking life.
Oh, yeah.
You know, because I was going nowhere. You know, I was still... No, I wasn't on pills anymore. I had just quit morphine, though. Like, not too long.
Oh, shit. Morphine's a drug, bro. Fuck
yeah. So it was like a couple years before I had just quit morphine. But that could have put me right back into it, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Going
100%.
through that shit with her and dead-end job. And, yeah, I could have slipped back. But they fucking saved my ass and took me to Colorado. And that changed everything.
Oh, yeah. 100%. You need to eat. I think every time you get to a point where shit's stale and you're just like, I'm not making any progress in
Yeah.
any direction
Yeah.
with anything, you need a reset.
Yeah.
Vegas was a huge reset for me.
Yeah.
Huge. And it took me a year to get comfortable here.
Oh yeah.
And then when I got comfortable, it's like I don't feel comfortable anywhere else.
Yeah.
It's like I went to the movie theaters back in Cali and I'm like,
dude, I
this
know.
needs to be in a casino.
It's like my girl wants to move to Texas really bad. And so do I, because all my family's there.
Right.
But I know as soon as I get there, I'm gonna miss this place.
Oh, 100%.
I fucking love this city.
100%.
I love debauchery. I love the craziness. I love unpredictability. You know, and that's why I don't want to have kids. Because one, I'm very selfish. Like I'm a very selfish person. I'm looking out for me. My girl tells me that all the time that I'm selfish. But you know, with her, you know, we're getting better. I'm doing what I can. But if a kid was here, I'd fuck that kid up because I'll be out. Like I wouldn't change. You know what I mean?
You'd be surprised. It might ruin you in the ways you're not thinking about. Because I used to be super selfish too, and I used to be super all about myself, right? And then my son was born. I became selfless.
Yeah.
So there was no balance. I never had a balance. Like I went from being fucking all about myself to being all about someone else.
Yeah.
And you just robbed all my power, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So, yeah, it might go both ways.
Yeah, it could go both. Like I could do a 180 and then fucking, you know, go to college and get a good job if I had a kid. But
right.
I don't know.
But then is that you? So then how long can you stay selfless?
Yeah.
That was my thing. Is like, how long can I can't sustain this.
Yeah.
And
like with all the like addictions I've had in the past and stuff like that, I know that if I ever get to a point where I hate, it's like I hate my life or I hate what I'm doing, that would be my escape. And I could slip. I think about morphine every day. Dude, I have been off it for like 8 years at this point.
Right.
But I think about it every day.
Right.
And
that's it's a disease.
Yeah, and it's not even an exaggeration.
No.
Like I sometimes I realize it. You know what I mean? Because sometimes you have fleeting thoughts or whatever. I realize it every time I have the thought. And it's for weird shit too. Yeah. It's like, oh fuck, like I'm a little hungover today. You know what would be great? Morphine. It's fucking wild.
For me, when I got injured, it was perks. So now whenever I get like a headache, I'm like, oh, I should take a couple perks. Yeah. But then I know that I'm gonna fight my sleep on those perks. I'm gonna get high. I'm gonna like it, and I'm gonna keep doing it. You know. So then it's that whole process, that whole balance, right? Yeah. It's fucking. Dude, addiction is a disease. Yeah. I'm addicted to a lot of shit, and I have to fight them off. Yeah, I have to fight them off big time, or just give away my shit. Yeah. Where it's like, oh my god, I fucking had like probably a gram. I went through half of it. Here you go. Merry Christmas. Happy birthday. Whatever fucking holiday you want to celebrate. Happy Mormon Underwear Day. I don't give a shit.
And I know, several people who are like that, where it's like, yeah, I'll do a little bit for the night, but if I hang on to it, then I have a problem, you know?
Yeah.
And I see people pawn shit off on other people all the time.
Oh,
They're just like, I don't want it, because if I have it, like I have a problem now,
right?
You know?
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Like I sat on a baggie for, I don't know, a couple months. And then when I finally got it in my hands and I was actually doing it, I was like, I had to give it away. Yeah. I was just like, it had to go. One way or the other, it had to go because I saw myself. I'm like, okay, this is not going to stop tonight. I'm going to wake up. It's not going to stop tomorrow. Like, I really enjoy it.
Yeah.
So,
I get it.
No.
Yeah. I mean, I've had people offer me painkillers before, just like out of nowhere. They're like, "Oh yeah, I have a script. You want one?" Like just casually.
Yeah.
Because I guess people just, back when I was doing it, I would have been like, "Fuck yeah, why not?" You know?
Yeah.
But when they offered me it was this weird reaction because, like, everything in my head was like, "Fuck no, stay away from it." But I could feel it in my body. It was like this weird excitement that I was like, "Oh shit, I can get one right now. It is right there. I can just do it." But my head is screaming, "Just fucking no, walk away!"
Right.
And I had to tell them, I was like, "No, I can't do it. I'm an addict. I can't do it." And they were like, "Oh shit, like the shit you talk about on stage, like that's for real?" I was like, "Yeah, that's for real." I used to have a huge problem.
Yeah. People don't realize that. A lot of comedians, they think, oh, comedians, famous people, well, fucking artists, right? Whatever performing art you're in. They think, oh, they got it because of where they, where they are. They think, oh, well, he's, rock and roll, sex and drugs, blah, blah, blah. And you're like, no, bro. I had this shit with all kinds of other shit. This is just the new flavor of addiction.
Yeah.
You know? Today it's Coke. Tomorrow it'll be fucking, fucking alcohol. The next day it'll be fucking women.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Ooh. You want to talk about some weird shit? Yeah. Yeah, my grandfather on my mom's side, huge fucking just... what is that word? Fucking... What is that word for... It was not chauvinist. It's...
gigolo.
Basically, bro. Like, he fucked everything and anything. Yeah. Like, he didn't... I mean, he stayed... So he went out in his 70s from a stroke.
Oh.
And it rendered his mind useless. Onset fucking Alzheimer's kicked in. He went to another place. Damn. And he was trapped in his body. And, some people say he deserved it. He was a fucking asshole. Like, he brought his kids from Brazil to America and just left them. Basically on somebody's doorstep.
Jesus.
And they were like, well, you can't stay here forever, you guys. Paul's not coming back.
Yeah.
And, you got to go. And so then my mom, her brother, her sister, and her mom are all on the street curb randomly after a few weeks of being here.
Yeah.
And they end up renting a room, 1 bedroom, with a detached bathroom that they all had to share with the rest of the family that was living above.
Yeah.
And sometimes they didn't have hot water, so they were heating up pots of water to take baths in the room. Like, it was a struggle, bro.
Yeah.
And it's his fault. And then he comes back in like a knight in shining armor, takes him to Mexico, drops him there. Jesus. Does the same fucking shit. And the whole fucking time, this guy's banging all around Central America and South America, and he has like 2 other secret families.
Wow.
Yeah. God. This dude legitimately has like 11 children.
Damn.
Okay. And one of them, my new uncle, he met the girl like shortly before he died. When he died, the kid was like 3. And I feel like I have that same wandering fucking disposition of like, this pussy's nice, but what is that flavor over there? Yeah. It's like, and that's an addiction in itself.
And like, it's weird to me because like, you could talk to some guys and talk about that feeling of like, if you like me and my chick, we've been together 4 years, but it's like, I still think about like, fucking look at that one over there.
Yeah.
What about her? Yeah. A little bit of strange.
Right.
You think about it.
Right.
Obviously I'm not going to do it. I'm committed. But it is a struggle. I talk to some other people and they go, no, I never have those thoughts. I'm like, are you fucking kidding? Like, if she walked up to you right now, like, you wouldn't consider it? Like, no. And that blows my mind. Because I always thought, like, almost every guy is like, no, fucking, I'd at least think about it.
Oh, yeah. You think about it 100%.
Yeah.
Even though you're telling your girl, you're like, no, I'm not thinking about that. So you are fucking, you've already, I fucked the shit out of that girl. You've done her 6 ways to fucking, the moon, bro. And you're wondering, what if it did happen?
Yeah.
And for me, it was like, the what ifs were really fucking loud. Really fucking loud.
Yeah.
And I was a shitty husband.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't honest with myself. Not that I didn't want to be with baby mama.
Yeah.
But it was that, and that she wasn't amazing and that she still is amazing and hands down, ride or die. That wasn't the thing.
Yeah.
There is a disease that exists up here, right? Yeah. That is just like, no matter how much love in my heart I have, yummy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I call it the sickness.
It is it is, and I'm down with the sickness.
Yeah.
I've got it. And I think that was like another part of my awakening was realizing that I'm not like relationship material. I'm just not that guy.
Yeah.
I'd love to be. I have people in my life that I am that for them. But to be like a husband and a committed and this fucking where you have to give of yourself to other people all the time, not when you choose, but all the fucking time. No.
Yeah.
I became a psychotically fucking toxic empath.
Yeah.
Or I was just giving myself, you know, and anytime those situations came up, it was just like, fuck. Like, you're like fiending. You start scratching and you start, like, what ifs go through your head.
Yeah.
But I was never that dude to actually carry it out. I always, like, rode the fucking line to the point where it was going to happen, and then just, I would cut it off.
No shit.
And a lot of mine was, like, revenge based. So I had a lot of insecurities, and I had a lot of, you know, questions and territorial issues. And if I thought something was a certain way, I would turn around and just like self-sabotage almost, and just be like, all right, well, she's fucking whatever, fuck it. Yeah. And then find out that I was wrong because it's all fear-based. It's all bullshit. It's not based on anything true. Yeah. And then you've already gone too far. Yeah. Basically, for a relationship, yeah, most relationships, you've already crossed lines. Yeah. Like you're just one hotel room away from fucking fully cheating. Yeah. Right. And it's
no,
hard,
and because when I was in high school, I had a girlfriend all through high school, like, and then a couple years outside of it. Yeah. And I cheated on her relentlessly because even at a young age like that, like it was there, you know. And it's probably because, like, I was a, you know, awkward, skinny, kind of, you know, outcast kid. Yeah. Never got any attention. So then when I, you know, started going through, like, you know, junior and senior year of high school, and then I started going to parties and, you know, then I'm getting a little more attention. And then right away, it was nonstop. I was fucking everybody, you know, but I still had that girlfriend. Right. And then... And this is why I think when that herpes thing happened for me, first thing that I thought was karma. Oh. I was like, I fucked around so much that this came back because that chick with the herpes, I dated my high school girlfriend and her at the same time. There was like a 2 or 3 month overlap. Okay. And then, so I'm like going to work, seeing this chick every day. And then, you know, I would
double dipping.
Yeah. And neither of them knew about each other. Yeah. And so I was juggling this. There were times when I was with the high school girlfriend in my bed, 3 a.m., I'd slip out of bed, go drive to the other bitch's place, bang it out, come back and slip back into bed with her. Oh, shit. Like that's the disgusting shit.
The grimy level was high.
And so then finally, and this is what changed it, is the first time I ever did acid. I did acid for the first time and it flipped me. And I realized what I was doing to that high school girlfriend. And I was like, shit, like it was that first realization moment, you know? Trip, yeah. And then the next morning I invited her to my place and I just laid it all out. I was like, I cheat on you like crazy. I was like, I'm fucking basically dating another chick right now. I was like, I can't keep doing this to you. I was like, I'm not good for you. Yeah. And then it went even more fucked up. We fucked that night, like breakup sex. And then I guess in her mind, she thought everything was going to be okay. And I woke up the next morning with her and I was like, no, I still want to break up with you because it's still not good. Right. She goes, well, you fucked me and now you're going to like kick me out. I was like, I thought I made it kind of clear.
I mean.
And then I ended up dating the other chick for another, you know, 6 months or so. Yeah. And then the herpes thing. And that's when I was like, that's karma. That has to be. Like, it was
and
all
you
good.
Never told other old girl.
No.
That she.
Oh. But I don't have it. That's the thing.
Okay. Yeah. See, that's the fucked up thing.
Yeah.
Is so I've been with somebody that had herpes. Mm-hmm. I've never had symptoms and I always pop up negative on the test.
Yeah, same.
But we were in a committed relationship for years.
That's wild. That for years. Yeah.
And I'm like a fucking, like I told you, it's generational. I'm a rabbit, bro.
Yeah.
Like I'm a fucking rabbit.
Yeah.
If I'm not banging it out at least every other night, we have a relationship problem and I feel like you don't love me. Mm-hmm. That's my shit.
Yeah.
And I think you're fucking around. Like if we go a week without fucking, that's a problem.
Yeah.
Like that's a huge problem.
Oh yeah.
And you know, if that happened, then I'd get in my own head.
Yeah.
So to not have it and have been with somebody who had it, it makes you wonder, well, do you really have it? Or did you like think you had it? Or When was the last time you got tested? Like,
yeah. Or did you lie about it for
or did
some
you
weird
lie about
shit?
it so you could get away from me because you want to be with somebody else? You know what I mean? Like, or you
Or it
wanted to
could be
trap me.
Yeah.
You know, because girls will use that fucking kid thing,
Yeah.
and they'll because
the disease thing, like if you think about it, if you have a fucking lifelong disease and you get, because this is everything that I went through.
Yeah.
I didn't get tested for a year. Like after I moved to Colorado,
Yeah.
I didn't test myself for about a year because I was so scared of what would happen.
Oh fuck yeah.
And I didn't fuck. I was celibate for that first year.
Jesus.
I didn't fuck because she screwed with me. Like that whole thing, I was just scared.
That was your reset, yeah.
And then I finally got tested, and it was funny when I got the results. They fucking called me, and I was at work, so they left me a voicemail. Yeah. And then I had my headphones in, I'm listening to the voicemail, and I went to this little like Mexican clinic. So this little Mexican chick is like, hello, Antonio, this is Norma. I just want to tell you that you came back negative for everything. And I hear that in my headphones at work, and I just go, oh shit. And then my manager looks at me and goes, what the fuck are you doing? I was like, holy shit. I high-fived him, and I was like, I'm going on break, dude. And I just went on break. Fucking smoked a joint. It was the best day of my life.
Fuck yeah.
And my manager's left there just going, what the fuck?
Yeah. Fuck yeah. But I had a pregnancy scare once. Ooh. And when she texted me, I'm not pregnant. In my head, I'm just like, like part of me was like, you know, I won't have a little kid. But the other part of me was like, that bitch was fucking crazy. Yeah. Like, I just dodged a fucking bullet. Yeah. And now I can break up with her. Like, I can get rid of her now. Like, I don't have to sit here. I don't have to worry about child support. I don't have to worry about any of that shit. I'm free. Like, fuck you. Like, I just like, fuck off. Everybody fuck off. Like, fuck you. You're cool. Fuck you. You're all fucking done. Yeah.
It's fucking wild.
That's
dude.
Wild, man. Yeah. Have you had any pregnancy scares?
A few in high school. Like, just like with that girlfriend, like, oh, I'm a little late. And I'm like, oh shit. And I had my, because I have a weird relationship with my dad. You know, like he kicked me out when I was 16. You know, I was homeless for a little while. And then my older brother picked me up. So I kind of like, you know, he's my brother, a little bit of a father figure. I could talk to him about anything. Yeah. So he used to give me that whole, like, don't fucking get anybody pregnant. He goes, I know you're out there fucking, but condoms. He goes, I'll buy you all the condoms you need. Fucking use them. Yeah. And, of course, I'm young, dumb,
Bro, it feels better.
It's so much better. It's so much I'll never wear a condom again. No. And so one time, you know, she told me that she's late or whatever, and we're at a fucking family cookout. And I pull my brother aside, and we walk off, like, family's over there, and I'm talking to him, like, dude, I fucked up. Like, she might be pregnant, and this, that, and the other. My brother is holding a tortilla with a fucking pork chop in it, you know? And he's just holding it like this. And I'm telling him all this shit, and he goes, motherfucker. And he just fucking hits me with it. And I'm just standing there, and he hits me with a fucking pork chop. And then all the family just looked over, like, did he just throw his pork chop at him? And he goes, I'll fucking murder you, dude. What did I tell you?
Fuck. The one thing I told you not to fucking do, you went and fucking did.
Yeah, and then a couple days later, she starts bleeding again. I'm like, I'm good. Shit. At this point, I'm honestly curious if I can even have kids. Because I have an uncle that could never have kids. Mm-hmm. Like, he has a fucking 30-year marriage. Yeah. And they tried a lot. And he got tested, and turns out he can't have kids. Right. I think my cousin is going through the same thing. So I think it kind of runs in the family, and I think I might be one because I have been loose with it. Like, I have, dude. I've been bad.
You're like, I'm not timing shit. No. I'm not pulling out shit. No. Yeah, I had one girl. I would tell her that I pulled out, but I was always late because it was just
a couple squeaks in.
Or it's like, you know, at the time. Like I said, I gotta bang it out frequently. So it's like, and this is like a physical thing. This is like for anybody that fucking thinks I'm just this giant fucking freak. I'm not. It's a physical thing. Yeah. It's a hereditary physical thing. I've got to bang it out. Yeah. If I'm not banging it out with a female, I'm banging it out with my hand. Like it's gonna fucking happen. Like this shit is fucking clinical. Okay. Yeah.
You gotta get the poison out.
I gotta get it out. I gotta get the bad thoughts out. I gotta get the demons out. Right. I'm not feeding the demons today. I'm not fucking feeding them. Because you start having fucked up thoughts when you've gone too long without busting a nut, like you do, and as frequently as I have to do it, like physically, you start it takes you down this weird path. And I just remember, like, we would go a week because she had a kid and I had a job and a kid, and we were trying to make this thing. We were trying to figure it out. And her brother fucking hated me. Hated me. Cuban guy fucking hated me, wanted to kill me because I didn't know at the time. But while she was fucking me, she was in a relationship that she had already had and broken off, and then like had another relationship, then got back with this guy that happened to be his best friend.
Oh.
So his best friend,
you didn't know about it?
And I didn't know. She introduced me to his best friend, her best friend, as just a friend.
Yeah.
And I was just a friend. And we were hanging out. And so this whole time she's double dipping herself.
Yeah.
And we would go like a week without fucking, right? And when I finally got in there, bro, I was just like, oh,
yeah,
yes, it's not calloused, it's smooth, like this is nice. Oh, yeah. It's warm. It home.
It does everything.
Yeah, it does everything I want it to do.
It's like living like on the road in hotels and shit, and then you finally just get back into your own house in your own bed. You're just like, yes, here we are again.
The sheets come all the way up.
And then you come in your bed.
And then I just come in my bed. Yeah, literally. Fucking like having fresh sheets, and you're just like, oh, it's fresh. And what's the first thing that you do in your freshly cleaned sheets that you put on your bed? You fucking bust like 3 fucking nuts in them shits because you're so happy to fucking be there. Yeah, man. So there were so many times where I was like, okay, I think I pulled out. And then one day I knew I didn't pull out, but I also kind of timed the schedule. And I shoved Plan B down her throat.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like not like creepy, forcefully, like I'm not gonna get me too'd or anything. She went and got him, but like you need to do this.
Yeah.
Like we don't need another kid right now.
Yeah.
You need to do this before I feel like a total jackass.
Yeah.
And
like,
we
nip
have
it
to
now before I have to suck him out with the hose.
Right. Before I have to fucking be on one side of the fence or the other. Right.
Once I make God cry.
Yeah. I don't want to make Jesus cry. Please don't make me do that.
Oh man.
But yeah.
I'm always, and I do want to get tested to see if I can have kids.
Yeah.
It'd be interesting. Because if I can't, and my girl has already talked about like, male birth control. She goes, I don't want to have to deal with this anymore. It's like, if I can get tested and I can't have kids, fucking take it out, baby. I'll just keep going.
Yeah. Just get it done.
But my luck, it'd be a fluke, like 1 in a million chance. And
that shit does happen.
It does happen.
It does fucking happen. When the stars align and Jupiter is in fucking Mercury retrograde or whatever the fuck that shit is,
No, that'd just be a cruel joke. Like if there is a God, he's an asshole and he's coming for me.
And he loves to roast.
Yeah, he's coming for me. I know it.
I mean, he has a sense of humor. Midgets exist, bro. Come on, fucking. Hot midgets exist. Hot retards exist. Yes, I said the fucking R word.
How dare you? Not on my podcast. There's been so much more shit said on this podcast.
Shit, there's so much shit. But no, fucking dude, if those 2 types of humans exist and I still would think about smashing.
Yeah. Dude, you have to understand.
He's a comic, bro.
I cannot understand men who say like they have a type. You know what my type is? Anything. This is the weirdest thing about me. If I was single, anything, really. You're fucking, 350, like 5'2", 350. Yeah, I'd probably still do it. If you're fucking 80 years old and you just want to fucking get it one more time, I'll give it to you. It's fucking wild.
Yeah, definitely. I'm thinking, like, you said 80. Depends on the 80-year-old.
For me, it really wouldn't.
It can't look like fucking. It can't look like fucking Freddy Krueger and all that shit just like melting. For me,
yeah. And I know, like, okay, it's like to hold some kind of standard does not seem like I'm such a piece of shit. On any good day, It's like, of course, like I wouldn't defile that old woman.
Right.
But give me fucking 6 beers, a bump of blow, I tear it down. That's the thing. It's like alcohol and drugs spark that up in me, and I would do anything.
Just all I have. Yeah. Okay. So I usually have a type, and this is another one of those things where it's like I always gravitate towards pogs, fucking fat ass white girls, blonde hair, blue eyes, light skin, fat ass. I'm there. Don't care about the titties. Fat ass. I'm there. But yeah, I could go for a really sweet goth girl. I could fuck. She could be as dark as this curtain right now, and I'd fuck her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I have done.
Yeah.
When I ran a train on a chick when I was in high school.
Yeah.
But fucking the other dude was my cousin, right?
Oh shit.
So we're getting into this or whatever, and then he pulls me aside and he goes, "I don't know if I want to do this." And I was like, "Okay." I was like, "I'm still gonna fuck her." And I was like, "I don't care." I was like, "If you're not weird about it, I'm not weird about it. Let's do it." Yeah. He goes, "No, it's not about me or you. She's so black." I was like, "What?" He goes, "No," I'm like, "Fucking," and then he says it in Spanish, and I was like, "Dude, are you kidding me right now?" And he goes, "I don't know, she's just so black."
Yeah.
We ended up doing it anyway.
Everybody got a thing, bro. Hell yeah.
But that blows my mind. That makes me laugh to this day. Sometimes I'll just be thinking about, the past and shit. And then I hear his dumbass voice in my head where she's so black. I'm like, "You're an idiot." Shut up and fuck the black girl.
Shut up, fuck the black girl. Oh, fuck, dude. Yeah. No, I don't know.
I didn't have to say her name.
Okay, I'm gonna give you 3 names then. Marry, fuck, kill.
Write them down. I don't want to fucking. Yeah.
We're gonna say marry, fuck, kill, and then we'll
childhood games on the whitest Mexican you know.
We got that one. This one. And let's go with one more. It's a really good one. Oh man, there's just a fucking plethora of problems. I got one more. Oh shit. I almost don't want to write this one.
Do it.
Okay. Fuck it. You know what? Marry, fuck, kill, and then you have to choose. I don't know her name though. I know what she looks like, but I don't know her name. I'm just gonna do this. See if you can figure it out. Like, let me give you a reference for.
Does she work there?
No.
She just goes there.
She just goes there.
Comic.
Yeah.
Not sure. Wait, what does that say? Oh.
Yeah. Now you know. Okay. Oh, so marry, fuck, kill.
I see.
Tell me, marry, fuck, kill. I want to know.
Honestly, it's easy.
Yeah. You're cheating on her. Yeah.
That's my answer.
I would have gone this direction. This one.
No.
Cooks. I eat at 7-Eleven,
so
bro. Come on.
One. She cooks like a motherfucker, I hear too.
So then. And then definitely.
No shit.
Definitely. 100%.
This was stupid.
If I don't do it, the rats will.
That was terrible. and that's it doesn't translate on this podcast. That was just for us.
That was just for you and I, bro. That was just for you and I and Ahmed later when I tell him.
You know what? Let's do this to try to get my numbers up.
Okay.
For every, let's say this. Okay. If you can comment on this video.
Yeah.
share it with somebody,
Yep.
and I get a subscriber from your comment, I will consider how many new subscribers should I get? Let's say 50.
Yeah.
50 in the first month that this is released.
Yeah, and the official Ed Nigma needs to get like,
and I will
10 followers
Yeah,
at least. At least.
Yeah. So 50 new subs when this comes out within a month. If I could 10 followers for you?
20.
20
Let's
followers
give him a little
for Ed.
harder.
I will keep this right here. And I will release it if you're interested.
If you're interested, if you want to know what the Marry Fuck Kill game was.
But we're going to tell Ahmed later because he'll get a kick out of it.
He'll get a kick out of it and he's tight-lipped. So.
All right. Let's just wrap this up before it goes in
Yeah,
any worse direction.
Oh, God. It can get so much worse.
We'll save that for the after show.
Yes, yeah.
Maybe I should do that. I'll call it the after show Burning Bridges.
Yes.
And we just let it all go.
Let it all just rip.
All right. Do you have anything, social medias, anything you want to plug right now?
Official _ Ed Nigma on Instagram. The Ed Nigma, actually, it's the Nigma Experience on YouTube.
Okay.
Launching next week. So
Nice.
the Nigma Experience. And then on Facebook is just Ed Nigma. That's Nigma.
Mm-hmm.
Don't get your shit twisted. It's not racist.
And I'll have all the links to all of your stuff in the description to make it easier for you guys. Just go there, click on it, follow, do all of that.
I would love that. Thank you.
For sure. I do it for every guest. So if you forgot what their social media was, but you have a favorite guest, it's all in the description every time. Follow me on Instagram, _Hernandez_comedy. I'm hardly on Instagram, but follow me anyway. I need the followers. And of course, if you're a new listener, please subscribe, like it, share it with people. I'm still trying to grow this. I get, a couple fucking new subscribers every month. It's kind of a steady, 3-4 every month.
Nice.
So it's not bad.
Nice.
But we're building it slowly. But please, just help me out if you enjoy this shit. And if you want to see what the Marry Fuck Kill game was.
Hey, you want to see that Marry Fuck Kill list. Trust me.
Oh, man. It will put us on so many shit lists in Vegas.
Well, considering the marry and fuck portion is good for us.
Yeah.
It's the kill.
Yeah.
We're safe, marry fuck. It's the kill.
Well, my kill will probably get me in trouble. Yours, nobody gives a fuck.
Everybody's like, same.
All right. Yeah, that's it. I love you, cocksuckers. Please tune in next week and, just keep fucking, just come on. Just help me out. Fucking Christ.
You better. Or I'll come find you.
All right. Yeah, that's it. I love you, dirty cocksuckers. I'll see you later.